What happens when a single Instagram story destroys 20 years of stardom? For Super Junior's Choi Siwon, the answer came on September 11, 2025, when his tribute to a slain American conservative activist ignited the biggest scandal of his career. This wasn't just another K-pop controversy. It was a collision between global politics and Korean entertainment that would expose the dark side of celebrity activism. On September 10, 2025, an unprecedented event took place at Utah Valley University. Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old founder of Turning Point USA and one of Donald Trump's most vocal defenders, was addressing a crowd of 3,000 students during his American Comeback Tour. A lone gunshot echoed from a rooftop close by. The shooter, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, had planned the assassination for over a week, driven by what prosecutors described as his opposition to Kirk's anti-transgender views. The political assassination sent shockwaves through American conservative circles, but it was what happened next that would engulf Choi Siwon in controversy. Within 24 hours of Kirk's death, Siwon posted two Instagram stories that would change his life forever. For a K-pop idol whose global fan base spans continents and cultures, it was a politically charged move that immediately triggered outrage. The backlash was swift and brutal. International fans, particularly those who valued K-pop's traditionally inclusive culture, were horrified that Siwon would honor a figure they viewed as divisive and harmful. Kirk had built his career on controversial statements about LGBTQ+ rights, immigration, and gun control, positions that directly contradicted the progressive values many K-pop fans championed. Twitter exploded with criticism, with fans calling Siwon a far-right freak and demanding his removal from Super Junior. Fans began digging through Siwon's digital history. The first major red flag had emerged in 2015, when Siwon retweeted a post from a pastor claiming that same-sex marriage didn't exist, in reference to Kim Davis, the Kentucky clerk who refused to issue marriage licenses to gay couples. After facing criticism, Siwon apologized and deleted the post. Many fans accepted his apology at the time, viewing it as a mistake rather than a reflection of his true beliefs. However, the pattern continued. In 2022, Siwon shared what many considered a transphobic meme on Bubble, the private fan communication platform. The meme featured a scene from Titanic where a male character claims to be transgender to escape the sinking ship, with Siwon adding, "It's funny, kiki." The post was particularly damaging because it came from Bubble, a paid platform where fans expected more intimate and authentic communication from their idols. This wasn't a careless retweet. It was content Siwon had deliberately chosen to share with his most devoted supporters. The transphobic meme controversy revealed the deep frustration many fans felt with Siwon's pattern of behavior. But perhaps the most damaging revelation was Siwon's alleged support for Israel, which had sparked a petition in Malaysia calling for his ban from entering the country. The petition, created in 2024, accused Siwon of being an open Zionist who had met with Israeli diplomats, visited Israeli territory, and even posted photos of himself drinking Starbucks during boycotts related to the Israel-Palestine conflict. For fans in Muslim-majority countries and those supporting Palestinian rights, this was seen as the ultimate betrayal. The allegations of Zionism weren't just based on social media posts. They included documented meetings with Israeli officials and public appearances at events celebrating Korea-Israel relations. Photos surfaced of Siwon attending a South Korea-Israel prayer breakfast, further cementing his association with pro-Israel politics. For international fans, particularly those in the Middle East and Southeast Asia, these revelations transformed their perception of Siwon from a beloved idol into a political figure whose views they found morally reprehensible. The Charlie Kirk tribute became the final straw because it represented everything fans found problematic about Siwon's political journey. Kirk wasn't just any conservative figure. He was someone known for inflammatory rhetoric about Muslims, immigrants, and LGBTQ+ individuals. By calling him a good and faithful servant, Siwon appeared to be endorsing not just Kirk's death as tragic, but his life's work as admirable. What made the dog bite incident particularly troubling in hindsight was evidence that the family had known about Bugsy's aggressive tendencies. Past social media posts showed that the dog was receiving weekly training specifically because he bit people, yet he was still allowed to roam unleashed. The tragedy highlighted questions about his family's judgment and responsibility. As the controversy continued to spiral, Siwon's response only seemed to make things worse. When faced with a flood of criticism on social media, including posts declaring, "We hate you forever," Siwon replied simply with, "I love you." While some interpreted this as a Christ-like response of love in the face of hatred, many fans saw it as dismissive and tone-deaf. The entertainment industry began to take notice as the controversy reached Korean media outlets and became a trending topic on Naver, South Korea's largest search portal. For a country where celebrity scandals can end careers overnight, the international scope of the backlash was unprecedented. The controversy was particularly damaging because it coincided with Super Junior's 20th anniversary celebrations, a milestone that should have been a celebration of their enduring popularity. Lee Tuk and other members had spent years carefully managing the group's image, using variety show appearances and public relations efforts to maintain their relevance in a competitive industry. The group had survived numerous scandals over their 2 decades together, but Siwon's political controversy threatened to overshadow their achievements and damage their carefully cultivated reputation. The entertainment industry watched closely to see whether SM Entertainment, Super Junior's management company, would take action.